October 10th. I want to see if I can catch this on just the right scale. I watched something yesterday on something called an NTD News about, they pronounce it Huawei, but it's Huawei. Now, I'm going to take Sam Hunt's vocal track on Alexa, and I'm going to spin the cold hard truth, because his verse says, I got a cold hard truth, but I got no proof. Yeah, he's got no proof at Sam Hunt. That's the manhunt. I got all the proof because I showed up with 150 and 100% proof of a bottle of whiskey. And, like, I swear they showed up just to mess with my head, because there's, like, it says, I saw your car at the mall and, like, all this other stuff. And it's like, yeah, I did. I saw all their products everywhere I went, my entire appearance in New York. All their guilty, pleasurable credits are everywhere. Alexa, play. It's a cold hard truth. That you showed up tonight? All dressed up to mess with my head? Oh. I got symbols and tags all over the landscape. Out of the sight, out of mind. You're playing hard to forget. Oh, criminal activities everywhere. Falling apart. Look at this. You're playing hard while you're all dressed up on some whatever somewhere else, playing hard to forget. Alexa, stop. On other news, Alexa, stop. It doesn't listen, just like humans. All right, on other news, I see this movie Linda puts on called Confirmation. Something about a chick by the name of Anita Hill, some upset about some guy named Clarence Thomas. Never heard of either of these two pieces of humanity. And then some broadcast from some TV news anchor that looks familiar. I know he was on the TV during my life frame. I don't know what station, and I never really listened to him because I did not have access to this television platform. However, this audio acoustic clip is very important.
Sometime after Judge Thomas testifies, Professor Hill will be called. The Judiciary Committee stands accused of not taking these charges seriously when they were made. And this week at least, virtually the entire Senate stands accused of being indifferent to women's rights.
Okay. In the kiddos that just fell out of a mom, and the mom was unprepared, and then the kids were unprepared, none of this makes sense. When you say the word sexual harassment, we have no idea what it means. None. There is the concept and the construct of sexual harassment means absolutely nothing unless you have some inside view and there's some inside story going on, but that's not shared with the local public, and I'd be one of the ones that are part of the unbeknownst. This is irrelevant part. Hold on. Here's
Judge Clarence Thomas is, as surely the whole country knows now, accused by Professor Anita Hill of sexually harassing her when he was the head of the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the government agency.
Okay, this guy. I don't know his name. I think this is Ted Koppel. If I was going to guess, this is Ted Koppel. He made it to television in my life frame. He's a TV star. But now he just said something about an Equal Opportunity Commission. I have no idea what that means. I can understand the concept, equal, which means equalizing some opportunity. And then there's a commission, so that's some form of pay? Or is that the company's mission of something else with the ion stance? I'm just curious, because it gets a little confusing what a commission is. I've heard of the commish, which is like a law enforcement agent in Massachusetts. They had a TV part to explain that in what it looks like. But I'm using a non-official source and piece of sorcery that's supposed to be scrubbed, but I have no way of vetting if it really is scrubbed properly or not. And then I'm trying to build a construct of where the hell did the world go wrong and why am I being viciously attacked. So it's saying something about sexual harassment. I don't know what that pertains to. He just called him a judge, so I'm assuming he's in some form of court. I don't know which one. I've got this symbol. Then I've got the time and space, and then there's rearrangements that were made, and I can't verify exactly when, but they were. And that's between vice and time and victim. There's G over man in some cross, and that's the G-men. The G-men are important, and that's over the cross. That much I still know. I'm still in a stability account where the platform I'm on, I'm almost on a suspension bridge in a platform, and the security cables have come unloose, and now I'm like swaying back and forth, which is why my body is being punished and looks this way. But by the environment and the weather pattern, while I'm on this repoggle somewhere on a terra firma. I have visual props, but it becomes difficult when there's like some big political machine, I've heard it used as, that's doing some kind of attack on certain people and certain... Linda said, I said, what is this Anita Thomas and Clarence Hill thing? So she said to me, well, it says, synopsis from her was, that it was, he touched her, he made inappropriate comments to her, and then when she came forward, they ripped her to shreds. And I'm like, but, like, I mean, I don't understand. If the objective is to fix the world, why, when these things come forward, and they're supposed to be keeping certain things out of certain cleanliness areas to fix things, why is the machine like imploding on itself, almost going from this structure to this structure, and then causing massive chaos and confusion? That's how all of a sudden pieces go missing, and the original agenda and structure that would have been okay if we had stayed on course, all of a sudden when these pieces start getting knocked out, it's like, wait a minute. That doesn't look right. Yeah, got it. Okay, welcome to 20th century, decade 2 plus 1 year. I'm Nicole Cattaruzza, star 1978, star 8378. I'm in Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. And the Earth, as I was born to it in 19th century, decade 7 plus 8 years, is not the same anything as what I am standing on at this moment in the 20th century. I simultaneously brought in an Immaculate Conception being Alexander James, which is bonded in the 20th century under 005. Those are just our pieces of actuality in alphabet, and I hear that they, somewhere in a non-alphabet, call it Arab writing. I've never heard that used here. The calligraphy is just the alphabet, is all they say about the way our symbols and the way that we write is called an alphabet. That's it. But I know alpha, beta, and delta, gamma have significant sigma relations in a rational, irrational set of why did things go wrong if it was such a sealed, tight system. Well, that's easy. Somebody unsealed it at some point, removed a couple of the structural pieces that we needed, and the cables on the suspension platform that were holding everything on a solid plane of correctness. And then all of a sudden we woke up and we're missing a whole block of tetra in the tetratomonogron. So I don't know how to explain the unexplainable any better than that at this point. But there's some local urban voice cues of some television script and TV land producers. I don't know, it's like, at this point, it kind of seems like Washington's more of like a Broadway, like a gangster mob mentality of parenthood for Broadway, like theatrics for the outside moms and dads who are sitting on nests of could be a lot of trouble. And then there's some form of communication back and forth.